Peace, wholeness, love, and light. I am Nudiamonds here with a Aries season energy reading. Happy official new year. And yes, I'm super excited. I'm just, feeling the energy. It feels so good. Wow, it's a rainbow. It's a rainbow above me. Um, So yeah, like y'all, oh my goodness. I'm in awe. I'm super happy, super excited to be here. Tapped into the Aries energy one time. Happy solar return. Happy birthday to the Aries. And yes, this spring equinox energy is here. It's in full effect. The birds are chirping and singing, and the bees are buzzing. Okay, this is all about the birds and the bees, the rebirth we've been waiting for. And I'm just super excited to be here. So, yes, we gonna tap into our intro, and we gonna just have a good time. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe. Again, I'm New Diamonds, and let's jump in. So happy. I'm about to set the mood real quick, okay? We let the tribe come on in. This the intro. Hey, I gotta show y'all this rainbow. We got rainbows in the house. Big rainbows, you see that? Split. right now, okay? Yes. Oh my goodness. Again, thank you guys so much for being here with me live. Super excited. Friday is live day and we are in this beautiful spring equinox energy. Okay, then look, because the music don't want to stop. The party is just getting started. Okay. So just super excited to be here with you all. And thank you so much for joining me for this beautiful spring equinox energy reading. Happy birthday to all of the Aries again. And yes, it feels like spring has sprung. We're getting hit with a hot heat wave right now in the Bay Area. I know the weather anomalies have been just unpredictable, unbelievable. And that's what this energy is all about. Okay. So, again, I am New Diamonds. If you guys aren't familiar, if this is your first time here, thank you so much for being here. Again, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. Shout out to the Soul Tribe, shout out to the members, and we about to deep dive into this energy. Now, again, I hope you guys have been watching my videos because I've been talking about the buildup of this beautiful spring energy. This is the real new year, the real astrological new year where the sun rises again, right? From our perspective here on earth, that's that equilibrium, right? That spring equinox. The vernal equinox is when we have equal day, equal night on the ecliptic plane, where we get just this beautiful burst of energy. Everything is coming back to life, right? That it's not so cold, right? We're not in that deep winter energy where everything is frosted, everything is frozen. This is about the new life, the new birth. This is really where that Jesus, that Yahshua story comes from when it talks about the sun dying and rising. Literally the sun going down into that southern hemisphere and rising again, that rebirth, right? And this is also attributed to things here on this earth, right? As we know, you plant the seeds around this time so they can grow and bloom. Also, just really getting in tune with, like I said, the insects, the birds, the bees, the flowers. Spring has sprung and you can see the life that is forming here. So it's just a beautiful, beautiful energy to be in, getting things in order, spring cleaning as well, and just embodying this new birth, this new rebirth. This also goes into things that you have learned over this past winter eclipse, winter solstice, and gathering up all that information that you have let go of, right? That death for that rebirth. There's some things that you had to cut loose from, things you had to release, things you had to let go, and just to embody this new you, this new identity, this new self, this upgrade of self as we get into this spring energy, as we get into this Aries energy. Now, this is where things get more fired up than usual. Okay. This is all about the sun returning, right? So things returning to you, right? Getting refunds, right? Getting that beautiful karmic retribution on all of the spiritual work, on all of the physical work that you have been doing over these past few months, past few years, past few lifetimes. This is where all of that pays off. And it starts right here, right now. Okay. There's going to be a lot of unexpected things that come in. There's going to be a lot of abundance. There's going to be a lot of fire, right? This that year, that fire horse, and things are beginning to take off. It's just so trippy to me how we're already at the end of March. It's like, wait a minute. Time is speeding up, everything is going faster, and things are happening faster than you thought, right? So really being grateful, really being thankful, really being present for the things that you have, really being present in the present, because that moment is already gone. So being thankful for things that you have gained and things that you have accomplished over these few years, over these few months. Okay. So it's just a beautiful rebirth of self and just embracing that at this time. I want to give a huge shout out to all of the members. Thank you so much, A1 Clarity, for the donation. I appreciate you. I see you. Sending that back to you tenfold. And yes, you said, Fire said, "New, you've been cooking with fresh Crisco grease lately." Okay, because yes, it's that Aries energy. Okay, it's all about that being your true self and letting that passion from within spark fire, spark desire, spark inspiration within others. You said, I love the ponytails. Thank you. I thought I embody a little bit of that Aries energy today, and just have a little fun, right? And being true to who I am, not getting lost in an illusion of what things should be, what things ought to be, just being my authentic self. And that's what this energy is about. You know, that Aries energy is all about being yourself, right? Being your authentic self and not really caring about what others think at this time, and just going with the flow of yourself, going with the flow of nature, getting in tune with nature, because nature is law. Nature is the best teacher, right? So really getting in tune with that and just being in the flow of this beautiful energy, and listening to yourself, right? I feel like that's been a big thing that I learned over these past few months when it comes to that winter solstice energy, is really learning things about myself and embracing myself, embracing my quirky side, embracing my fun side, embracing my inner child, also embracing that fire, that passion, that desire, my masculine, my feminine, my higher, my lower, when I'm happy, when I'm sad, not suppressing those emotions, really letting those emotions flow so it could be energy in motion, right? And just being as I am authentically, without trying to put on a show or trying to, look good for outside validation or look good for outside gratification. This is really just me being my authentic self. So I hope that's what y'all doing too. Okay, if you here, you already know what time it is. All right, we about to deep dive into some things, and we're gonna keep it real. We're gonna keep it 100 all the way around. Okay, so yes, this Aries energy is all about just initiation and some things that you may have been getting initiated with within yourself. Okay. Being that light in the dark and letting that light shine at this time. Okay. And this has been a time we all have been waiting for. We've been waiting for the sun to come back out. I've never been so appreciative of the sun, especially when we're in winter, right? I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't deal with this coldness, right? Take me out of the freezer, defrost me, right? So this is when things are defrosting, things are warming up, things are heating up, and we start to see certain anomalies happen within ourselves. Certain anomalies happen within our cells, cellular structure, and certain anomalies happen within the world, within others, within the atmosphere, right? There's a lot of things going on. If you checked out my live I did yesterday, I really broke down these energies that are pouring in, and who felt that wave of energy last night. Okay. It was a whole lot of things that's been percolating, and we're not done, right? This is only the beginning. This is only the start. This is only that fresh start that you've been asking for, that fresh start that you've been waiting for. And it is here right now. Okay. So we're going to deep dive into the notes and go over a few things and just kind of go with the flow, right? This is about you going with the flow of the wind, with the air, with the fire, and embracing the purge, right? Not running from the purge, not running from things, not running from accountability, holding yourself accountable and making a change to evolve, to grow, to bloom and blossom during this beautiful springtime. Okay. If y'all feeling right, if y'all feeling that energy, drop some gems in the chat for me one time as we get started. And don't forget to hit that like button. Okay. So Aries, where are the Aries at? Okay, where are the Aries at in the chat? Okay, where the Aries at? You said that 3 a.m. energy, baby. Could you sleep or couldn't you sleep? Okay, I know I couldn't. I know I was just sitting there getting shocked with electricity at 3 a.m. Just taking the upgrade. Okay, this is about just taking it. Okay, pause. Okay, yeah, that pressure, that fire, that electricity, right? To be that diamond, right? To shine brighter, to shine your light. You know, diamond, that's the April birthstone, right? That's the Aries birthstone. And this is about what pressure, what purge, what fires have been initiated within you, what pressure, what weight has been put up on you, how you've been pushing and holding on to your light at this time, regardless of what things have emerged from the darkness within yourself, right? From the darkness of your subconscious mind, from the darkness of the world. How are you alchemizing that energy to shine brighter at this time? Okay. This is also, that Aries energy. I see y'all. You said we turn. I see the Aries in it. Shout out to OG Reggie. Shout out to all the Aries in the chat. I see y'all. Okay, this is y'all time to shine. y'all really gonna be feeling this energy a little more intense than anybody, because y'all know y'all the first one, right? This is the first sign. This is all about the mind. This is all about the eyes. Aries govern the mind. Aries govern the head. Aries govern blood. Aries governs war. Aries governs sex, right? So this is that desire, that fire, that passion, intimacy on a whole nother level. Okay. And that goes back in tune with yourself as well. This isn't just about others. This is also about growth with yourself, and how are you being intimate with yourself? How are you learning about yourself? How are you doing research and investing in yourself? Because when you invest in yourself, that is a priceless investment. Okay. Aries is also a cardinal fire, right? Cardinal being one of the first, right? So this is that first sign, the first fire, the first initiation, right? That first spark of life when it comes to creation, right? The act of creation, that willpower, right? And how are you alchemizing it? How are you using that for your best benefit at this time, right? Not just using your will to will in whatever and do whatever, right? You can't just do everything, okay? Pun intended, right? You might catch something. You're really going to be on fire, right? So you really want to make sure that you are making the best decisions. It's about quality over quantity at this time, and really just embracing these beautiful changes that are emerging within you, these beautiful initiations that are starting up within you, because fire is that spark of life. Fire is what gives us life, right? The fire from the sun, the light from the sun, the power, right, from the sun, the power from our cells, the power of our cells, right? That's what generates the DNA. That's what generates our blood. That's what generates the generations, is the blood, right? When we get into that fire, that desire, that spark, that spirit, that flame that resides within all of us, and your soul really wanting more at this time, and really giving your soul what it's asking for, fulfilling your soul, having that soul nourishment, that soul fulfillment at this time. That way you can feel more free in your own body, in your own spirit, in your own essence at this time. This is about spiritual sovereignty as well, because when we go into Aries, right, that warrior, we always look at the opposite. And what's opposite of Aries is that Libra, right? That's all about balance. That's all about justice. So make sure, if you are going to war for something, you're fighting for justice. We are the warriors for justice. We are those divine warriors. We are those spiritual warriors that came back here to have that karmic retribution for ourselves, for the lineage, for the ancestors at this time. And this is going to be a beautiful time. I don't care what nobody else talking about, okay? Is going to be beautiful and abundant and joyous, because we said so. Now, we're not detaching from reality. Yes, we are aware of our reality. We are conscious of our reality, but we're also willing in the best things for ourselves at this time as well. Okay. Okay. Now, before I even got on the live, y'all won't even believe what song was playing in my head over and over and over and over and over. Okay. I was like, okay, that's the type of time we on today. That okay. It was J Lo's Waiting for Tonight, right? So it's this very upbeat, passionate energy that is flowing within all of us. It's that Kundalini rising to emerge, this beautiful fiery dragon, this fire horse, this fire phoenix that you are, and being that peacock, spreading your wings, right, to soar, to fly even higher, to descend into certain realms and valleys that are necessary to clean up, to pay attention to at this time. Okay. So this beautiful, just, we've been waiting for this moment, right? And it's this beautiful love connection. It's this beautiful divine union that we are having within ourselves at this time, because we've done the work of the shadows, right? We've done that shadow work. We've done the inner child work. We've initiated this new level of transcendence within ourselves due to us putting in the work that it takes to elevate, doing the work that it takes to descend in certain realms of thought, in certain layers of ourselves, to emerge these beautiful flowers, these beautiful butterflies, these beautiful human beings that we are, right? These beautiful spirits, these beautiful souls that we are. But that doesn't just take one incarnation, that takes many incarnations, that takes many tries, right? First, you don't succeed, right? Keep on trying. Practice makes perfect. In this time, this incarnation, this life, we got it right, y'all. So give yourself a huge round of applause, y'all. We made it. We did it. We've overcome so much. We are conscious in America. Wow. Can you believe it? After all the things they try to put on us, they try to poison us with, they try to hold us down, they try to break our spirits, all the fear, all the just chemicals, chemical warfare, spiritual warfare, sexual warfare, family warfare, mint psyops. I mean, y'all, and we still broke through. That's something to celebrate. You have breath, you have options, you have choice, you have your mind, right? You have your heart. You still go about integrity, right? So these are all things we should be truly proud of when it comes to ourselves, regardless of what's going on daily. We still have our breath. We still have our minds. We still have our consciousness. Okay. Some people don't even got their mind, right? They something else got their mind. Something else got a hold of their soul, right? They sold and got snatched. Okay. And not in a good way. Okay. So this is all about being in gratitude for yourself, showing yourself grace, showing yourself patience, and just being in gratitude at this time. Okay. Um, Another thing that I had noticed was, we all know Aries. Aries is the ram, right? As attributed to my hair, right? That's why I wear my hair like this. The ram, right? And this is things coming in fast. This is thinking head first, right? Going in head first. Be mindful which head you're using at this time, right? What portal you're using at this time. Be mindful of things that you're consuming at this time, because Aries, right? The ram is all about the head, right? They call the Aries, the horny goat, right? Due to the horns. But when I look at those horns on the sigil of the Aries, it's also this spiral, right? So it's this beautiful emergence of yourself when you let that root chakra spark that creation of life to uproot outward, right? It's this beautiful waterfall. It's this beautiful spirit just emerging. It's this beautiful burst of energy, burst of creation, burst of life from within all of us, if we allow it to be at this time. Also, different cycles, right? Different circles, different patterns, different loops that we are breaking up out of, because I'm breaking down a sigil of Aries, right? It's that spiral, it's that circle. So the more you get in tune with yourself, the more you're able to break out of these certain cycles and patterns and be your own creator, be your own author in your own life at this time, versus letting someone else or something else dictate where you want to be, who you are, what you're doing at this time. Okay. You said, I love your hairstyle. Thank you so much. I thought it would be fun and cute, just to tap into a little bit of that Aries energy, that little bit of fire energy. And yeah, it's just embracing all sides of yourself, regardless of what certain things may look like, feel like at this time. This is about you. This is about your glow up, your grow up, as we are in full bloom at this time, and breaking through certain things that it may have took cycles, generations to break through. So that's why we're celebrating. This is a celebration of life, and the rebirth of ourselves, the rebirth of our souls, the rebirth of the sun, of spring, as things are emerging just beautiful and brilliant and abundant at this time. Okay. So I said this was the birth to the new earth, birth of the new earth. Okay. And it is this just creative talk about new earth, right? 5D, ascension, Armageddon, the rapture, right? The Kali Yuga, the Maherta, is all of these different names for the same energy. And it's really just about this Aquarian age, the golden age, right? This shift, the 26,000 year shift, right? The Hopi prophecy is so much, you guys, but this is really just a energy flux of ourselves, and an energy flux of the planet, energy flux of the galaxy, that everything, everybody, everyone is feeling at this time. And like I said, it's about a feeling, right? Can you feel it? It's that I am presence, right? So really being aware of yourself, really being self-conscious, not self-conscious in a hiding way, right? Oh, I'm self-conscious. Oh, I don't have any confidence. Oh, I'm afraid. Oh, I'm self-conscious. No, being self-aware, being woke, if you will. But woke consciousness mean that you are awakened. You have awakened, and you could be going through many spiritual awakenings at this time. So just being in tune with that and being aware of that, being aware of what conscious state you are in at this time, whether that is your emotional state, right? Being aware when you in this upset energy, right? Sometimes just letting that energy out, alchemizing that energy, and getting back in tune with your higher self, right? Getting back in tune with your natural self, and just embodying that and letting that energy flow. Shout out to Vidal in the chat. Shout out to my brother. Love you so much. Okay. And you guys got to make sure you check out his channel, Vidal 1014, and make sure you check out his book. His book is amazing. All right. But this is all about the birth of the spiritual warriors right now. People who are really doing it, people who aren't just talking about it, they're being about it. This is about that action. This is about that fire, that drive, that passion that resides from within you, and letting that light shine at this time. Okay. That is the birth of the new earth. The birth of the new earth isn't just about people sitting on their ass and just trying to manifest things, right? This is about us knowing we can tap into that authentic vibration and attract that love, and also going out there and doing it and putting in that action to create whatever realm of thought, whatever realm of reality that we want. And it does take a village. Okay. So if we want the birth of this new earth to be here, this is where we come together as a collective and really work together to bring that forth at this time. Okay. Um, but yes, I also said this Aries energy is attributed to the masculine energy as well. Shout out to all the divine masculines out there. I love you so much. You guys are just such a needed life force energy here on this planet. I mean, yeah, we got to give it up to Big Mama. We got to give it up to the divine feminine, but there would not be as many souls here if it wasn't the divine union that it takes with the divine feminine and the divine masculine coming together, right? The woman holds the seed, but the masculine gives it that spark of life, right? With your life force energy. So this will be a time of really feeling that life force energy like never before. You guys, like I said, you're going to be feeling more sexually aroused. You will feel more aggressive. You will feel more passionate, but make sure that you are aware of that emotion. You are aware of that energy. You are aware of the hormones when they start to spike, and you are alchemizing them for your best benefit. Okay. Having fun, being in beautiful spaces with beautiful people that you trust as well. That way you can just let that beautiful creative energy flow through you at this time, right? This isn't about restriction. This isn't about cutting yourself off and dissociating yourself from people. This is really being in a energetic frequency with people who match your same vibration, people who you resonate with. That way you're able to amplify each other, right? You're able to reciprocate that energy, pour into people who are pouring into you. That way your cup gets bigger and it starts to overflow. And it's just this beautiful symbiotic relationship with the collective, with partners, with people, with things, with spirit, with yourself, right? It's just this beautiful bloom and blossoming time that we're in right now. Okay. And that's also attributed to the masculine as well. Okay. So be very mindful. That will be very prominent. We will see a lot of masculine things happening, people feeling like working out as well. That will be a thing. Wanting to look good for yourself, right? Wanting to feel good for yourself, right? Because being healthy isn't just about a look, it's also about a feeling, right? So getting in tune with all aspects of yourself, getting in tune with your masculine side, right? I feel like the masculine side is about that ego, that passion, that action, that drive, that desire, and finding ways to alchemize that as well in healthy ways, right? So whether this is your higher self you're getting in tune with, or your lower self you're getting in tune with, your shadow side that you're getting in tune with, or your light side that you're getting into it, being being mindful of all of these different energies and just letting them flow, right? Because the shadows, the darkness isn't always a bad thing, right? I love to tap into my shadow side when I'm getting into working out, right? I let that dungeon dragon come out, right? Also, being creative, right? As a form of, sexual energy is creation, right? So that is drawing, that is intimacy, that is sensuality, sexuality, it's all of these different things, but it's not always, like I said, it doesn't have to be dark. It doesn't have to be lower self, right? Because we need these different polarities within ourselves to alchemize, to harmonize, and to find balance. That way we're able to ascend and descend wherever we want during these times. Okay, so be very mindful of that. I really feel like this is a time of the rise of the divine masculine, as I feel like last year was the rise of the divine feminine. And there has to be a polarity, there has to be a balance, there has to be harmony within each energy at this time. So I really feel like we're going to see a lot of divine masculines rising in their power. Also the sons, right? The sons really stepping up. As the sun is rising, right? This is where the sons step up to that rightful royal rulership and really stepping up to the plate, getting things done that maybe their father couldn't do, or just certain generational things that are passed down, right? When I think of Aries, I think of the hair, right? Someone inheriting something at this time, right? So this is inheritance that we're all going to be receiving, that has to deal with a lot of abundance, a lot of love, a lot of fire, a lot of desire, a lot of passion. It's just going to be really fired up, y'all. It's going to be a super fired up time. And the more you get in tune with that and let that energy flow, the more you're able to create whatever you want, the more you're going to be able to attract whatever you want at this time as well. Okay. I said, this could be a time of being impulsive as well. Because Aries, it's the first sign, right? It's also about going with your first mind. So being very mindful of your thoughts, being very mindful of how you've been programming your subconscious mind, because that way your first thought will be your best thought. It will be your highest thought from the highest timeline, rather than, like I said, tapping into that lower nature. Your first mind may be something of a lower nature. So you really want to be intuitive when it comes to feeling certain impulses at this time, right? There could be a lot of people just being impulsive, doing things fast, not really thinking things through. So you really want to give yourself grace when it comes to maneuvering through this Aries energy, because like I said, things are going to be happening quick, things are going to be coming in quick, and you really want to pace yourself. Okay, you want to pace yourself in a marathon because it's not a race, right? And that's exactly what's happening at this time. Okay. So be very conscious about all of the decisions that you're making, because sometimes you may feel like impulsive, right? And this is like impulsive thoughts, intrusive thoughts, impulsive things, like a knee-jerk reaction, like reflexes. Okay, like I said, this is a really great time to just kind of go through your thought process, go through certain things and clean up shop, right? Detoxing, releasing certain things. This is why the world is detoxing, right? Whether it's Lent, whether it's Ramadan, whether you just felt called to detox, felt called to change your lifestyle, felt called to change your diet, or just detoxing, right? Really getting in tune with that, as these things are setting up a new structure for you, setting up a new pathway for you as we start to go into this fire horse new year at this time. Okay. Um, this also could be a sense of people being immature, right? Immature souls, baby souls, right? People who just haven't really stepped up to the plate when it comes to their soul mission, and not really holding themselves accountable for themselves, right? Holding themselves accountable for the change that they want to see within themselves, right? This looks like waking up. Oh, you said you was going to go to the gym. Oh, you said you was going to write that book. Oh, you said you were going to do all these things, but it's always an excuse as to why you didn't do it, right? This is where you take accountability for your life and you start to make those changes, right? We don't make excuses, we do execution. So this is about executing things, like I said, about that action and getting things done at this time. And that can come from a sense of immaturity, right? And this, on the flip side, there's a lot of us who have matured a lot, especially over this winter. We've grown so much when it comes to ourselves, and when it comes to our soul, when it comes to our knowledge. We just blossom even more than what we thought we would. And it's, like I said, it's a time of celebration, because you've done a lot of things that a lot of people couldn't do. You've done a lot of things that people said that you um weren't capable of, and you've done a lot of things that surpassed your own idea of success, right? You went above and beyond. You've surpassed your own expectations. So this is just really a time where you just embrace yourself and love yourself, and just be thankful and grateful for how far you have come, because a lot of people didn't make it here mentally, physically, emotionally, on many different levels. And this is a time where we just celebrate. Okay, celebration of life. All right. I also said royalty, right? Royalty, because this is that, like I said, that hair energy, that prince energy, that fire, the first one, the firstborn, the first child, the chosen one, the chosen and golden one, right? So this is that sense of royalty. This is a sense of that higher rulership, that higher hierarchy when it comes to ourselves, our minds, our thought process, and how we have grown within ourselves. This also goes back to the blood, right? We come from that ancient royal bloodline, right? That 144, the nine ether, the chosen ones, whatever star system or galactic star seed you are, right? Whatever spirituality you are attuned to. This is about knowing that you are worthy, right? Knowing that you are deserving of much, much more. And a lot of those ancient royal bloodlines will be activated at this time. So, like I said, you will feel the surges of energy. You will feel this sense of authority, this spiritual authority at this time, due to your bloodline being activated, due to certain missions, due to certain contracts you have fulfilled that other family members, other generations, other ancestors couldn't accomplish. Not that it was something that they couldn't do, it just wasn't in their contract to fulfill, right? This is something that was catered to you, especially for you at this time. So just continue to go out your mission, continue to be yourself, and continue to do what you feel called to do spiritually, which is shine your light and operate out of love, operate out of integrity, and be responsible with your power, be responsible with your authority, not abusing your power, and not standing for disrespect either. Because, like I said, we spiritual warriors and we don't play that, right? If we gotta get down, right, spiritual warriors, right? If we gotta handle our business, we're gonna handle our business as need be, right? This isn't about being a sucker, because if you a sucker, you will get licked. This is about standing up for what you believe in and not falling for anything at this time. Okay, so letting that passion, that drive, that desire really just push you through this beautiful current, this beautiful energy at this time. And it will be very fiery, darling. It will be heating up. Things will be heating up at this time. So make sure you're using the proper alchemy to balance yourself out emotionally, right? Emotional intelligence, not emotional immaturity at this time. Okay. Um, like I said, there will be a lot of initiations. A lot of us are feeling it. A lot of us, these last couple nights, these last 3 nights, baby, okay, these last 2 weeks since that lunar eclipse, it's been like rah rah, like a dungeon dragon. Like it's been like flame on, like supercharged up. Like I said, electrocuting everything, electrical fires right within you, outside. Just this beautiful spark of life that has been restored within everything, within us, within the animals, within spirit, within source, within the sun, within the collective, right? We're all feeling this energy. And it's just about getting in tune with those initiations and knowing that you are going up higher. For some of us, we are descending lower to get in tune with ourselves as well, because this spiritual growth isn't always about ascension. right? Sometimes we got to go back, like I said, getting back in tune with yourself to know yourself, right? So that looks different for everyone. Initiation looks different for everyone. And we're all at different levels when it comes to ascension as well. So just give yourself grace. We're going to get through this like we always do. All right. I also said this is about the mind, right? This is about your mind, right? Because Aries, when I really think about Aries, it makes me think of the eyes, it makes me think of the head, it makes me think of the brain, it makes me think of things that you're consuming, right? And the head of the snake, right? The head of the dragon, right? That is Aries, right? This embodiment. What are you consuming at this time? And y'all know I love to say this, consumption isn't just about what you're eating. Consumption with your eyes. What are you allowing into the portals of your soul, right? What are you allowing into the portals of your ear? What are you listening to, right? What are you allowing into your atmosphere? Things that you're smelling, right? Your energetic field, your aura, your energy. And what are you putting out at this time? That is a big thing, because that always goes back to consciousness. That always goes back to your mind, right? Like I said, cut the head off the snake, the body follows. Whatever the mind does, the body follows, right? The body is a temple, and where are the temples? Right here in your mind, right? The temples on your head, right? So these things govern everything. Your mind governs everything that you do. So be very aware. Make sure you're having a proper intentions during these times, because these will be some testing times, right? What is growth without a test? What is that muscle gain without that pressure? So this is that time where there's a lot of pressure put on us for us to grow spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially, sexually, in all different ways. Okay. Building up that stamina, okay, that spiritual stamina at this time, to see if you can go the distance, to see if you can be that hero, right? That hero that you truly are when it comes to your heart and your soul at this time. Okay. Um, I also said the bloodline, right? This goes deep within the bloodline, right? The lineage, the generations. Being that, like I said, the first one to break a lot of certain cycles and cut certain cords that other people couldn't do, and is due to the position that we're at in this lifetime, right? There's certain things our ancestors couldn't do, right? They couldn't just get on the phone and just text a loved one from halfway across the world, right? So this is due to us incarnating at this time, for these times right now, to get specifically to get a specific job done that we're supposed to, whether that's, teaching, healing, loving yourself, instilling knowledge in yourself, instilling knowledge in others, remembering who you are, reactivations from past lifetimes. It goes into many different things, but this is truly about what resonates with your bloodline at this time and what you've been feeling called to do. Also, cleansing the blood, right? Because blood is a big thing when it comes to Aries, right? That red, that fire, right? Well, what else is red, right? The blood. So cleansing the blood, like I said, detoxing has been a thing, right? And a shameless plug, but not so shameless. Y'all can always purchase my tea. It's on my website and it's in the description box below. It cleanses the blood. It kills the parasites. It gets rid of the parasites. It detoxes everything and cleanses everything. It's really good for mental clarity and clearing out that brain fog. And that's what this Aries season is all about. It's all about getting in tune with your blood, your bloodline, your birthright, and initiating that at this time. And a lot of us are being initiated right now. Okay. Um I also said this is about the seed. Okay. Woo. Spirit just keep pulling. Every time I say a word, spirit show me like 80 different things. Okay. So the seed, right? Like I said, we are the star seeds, right? We were seeded in our mother's womb, right? From the father, right? So that we are the seed, we are the star seed. And it goes even deeper than that, because where does that come from? That semen comes from the cerebral spinal fluid, right? Which is part of these waters that run up and down the spine, right? That comes from the brain, right? And where does these thoughts, these waters come from? They come from the atmosphere, right? That we are, 70% or more water. And we also need oxygen, right? Oxygen flowing to the blood, to the brain. The oxygen in the blood flows to the brain, right? To help us process things, right? If we don't have oxygen, we lose consciousness, right? So this air that we're breathing in, it comes from the atmosphere, right? This atmosphere is attributed to space, it's attributed to the cosmos, it's attributed to melanin, cosmic dust, sun particles, gamma ray particles, all these different things. These are all seeds, right? Little atoms, little microscopic things that we can't see with the physical eye, but they are present, right? So it's layers upon layers upon layers of seeded information that we're intaking that helps us have these rebirths and break through certain cycles, levels of consciousness that we're able to deep dive within ourselves and others and share this information with others, right? Each one teach one. That's all about planting those seeds, right? Also, physical seeds is the best time to plant physical seeds at this time, right? So if you want to start your garden, right, getting a little bit to that agriculture, right, save a few dollars, right? Plant some seeds, plant some herbs, plant some spices, plant some fruits, plant some vegetables, right? And watch those things bloom. This is a beautiful time to plant. Perfect time to plant. Okay. Also, like I said, the children are the seeds, right? So paying attention to the children. We already know that's been the certain people's main target, right? Getting the children, right? So watching the children, protecting your inner child, okay? Because that's where the game is all fucked up at, right? The first one, right? The first sign, Aries, the baby, the child, right? Your inner child, right? That's what we learn mostly everything is the first 7 years of life. So you really want to make sure that you're doing the work to retrain your brain, to reprogram your brain, to alchemize these things from an inner perspective and an outer perspective, right? Because what we instill, those seeds that we plant internally, they grow and they bloom outwardly, right? And having patience with those seeds as well, because seeds are things that we invest in as well. So this could be opportunities, right? This could be certain goals. This could be certain career things. It could be certain friendships, right? Planting the seed, right? It's all type of different metaphors when it comes to planting a seed. So be mindful of that at this time, and you really want to make sure that you are nourishing those seeds when you plant them. That way they can germinate and grow into this beautiful, abundant harvest at this time. Okay. And don't forget to get them likes up. Okay. Because I see y'all peeking, but the likes, okay, the likes ain't really matching up. So make sure y'all liking the video as well. All right. Um, and when you plant that seed, planting the seed of consciousness as well. Okay. So it's a lot of things when it comes to that seed. It's a lot of things when it comes to that baby energy. This is going to be like a baby boom year. There's going to be a lot of boys that are born. Okay. I'm just giving out something that I'm picking up. Okay. And we already seeing it, right? This will be a time like a baby boom. There's going to be a baby boom with a lot of people in the collective due to that energy that's in the ethers, right? That Kundalini energy rising, that life force energy rising within everyone. And that's the act of God, the act of creation. It's a beautiful thing. It's nothing to be ashamed of, right? Being in that sexual nature, especially when you're with someone you can trust, someone that you love. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be procreating here on earth. So I say I'm all for the seeds. I'm all for the star seeds, for the children, for the babies. Okay, I'm a baby lover. Okay, that ain't nothing like getting baby fever. You see the little baby, the newborn baby smells so good. Okay, nothing like that new. It's just something about it, right? The love in the air, right? It hit different, right? So just having that fun and being responsible as well with people and energies that you plant seeds with or plant seeds in. Okay. And this goes back to that sex drive, right? That passion, that desire, and being a little more aroused than normal, because when things heat up, right, that cortisol, right, that chemicals, the chemistry within your body, it starts to change when things get hotter. Things are moving a little more faster, right? Your heartbeat starts start to palpitate, and your heart rate picks up. It's just all of these different things that happen when the sun is rising. When things are rising, right, it gets a little hot, it gets a little, it's all of these things, you guys, that happen in this Aries season. And I say that because some people like to say that Aries horns, horns getting a little horny. Okay, so be mindful of that energy, like I said, at this time, and alchemizing that energy at this time the best way that you can, right? The act of creation isn't just about sex, it's about creating whatever you want to manifest in this realm of reality. And it always stems from thought, right? The first act of creation is thought, and then those thoughts manifest by action. So be very mindful, be very intentional about everything that you're doing, okay, at this time. All right. So I also said that passion is what drives you at this time, right? That fuel, right? That spark of creation, that passion, that drive is something that fuels your soul, something that fuels your spirit, something that fuels your vehicle, right? Your vessel, right? That passion, that drive, that spark, that desire, our spirits, our souls is what drives this physical body. Okay. Is y'all catching the bars? Okay. If y'all catching the bars, drop some flames in the chat. Okay. Because your girl, we talking about driving, but we also talking about the drive within yourself, the passion, the initiation, the spark within yourself to help drive your vehicle, to help drive your spirit, right? Those passions anchor you to get something done. They fuel you to get something done. That motivation, that inspiration to get it done. It's something that you're passionate about. It's something that you love, right? So being very intentional about that at this time as well. And sometimes, I did a live the other day where I was very passionate, but passion can sometimes come off as aggression. So be very aware of your energy and your emotions when you are exuding this energy and expressing this energy. But like I said, you got to be with people you trust. You got to be with people that know you. Shout out to the Soul Tribe. Okay, shout out to Praise 7. Thank you so much for the donation. Sending you that love and light right back. You got to be with people that understand you and see you and vibrate with you, because if they know you coming from a passionate place, a place of passion, a place of love, you're speaking out of love, there's not going to be no need for explanation. They're going to already know what they like to say. What's understood doesn't need to be said, right? It's an energy. I understand the frequency that you're in because I can resonate with that. I resonate with that. So being in that energy and understanding people when they're coming from a passionate place, a place of passion, and operating from love at this time. That's going to be a big thing. We won't see a lot of people falling in love, a lot of people, proposing, a lot of marriages. This is like just a loving season, right? That fire horse, that fire and that desire at this time. Okay. And with that love energy, there is a polarity. Like I said, war, right? Mars, like to say, is attributed to Aries, and it governs war. I love to think of it as Mars, right? Mars, if you flip it upside down, W, war, right? So there is going to be this fight. There is going to be this war, right? There is going to be haters, right? Haters make me greater. Okay. There is going to be this sense of conflict. There is going to be this sense of disagreement. There is going to be this sense of, like I said, aggression, right? That masculine, go to war, fighting type of energy. There is going to be the sense of boxing for sport, competition, right? Competitive energy. And like I said, it's all about how you use it, right? You can use that to fuel you, or you can use that to diminish you, right? If you hate something so much, you're giving something so much attention, it's draining you, right? So be very attentive as to every emotion, as to every thought, as to everything that you're feeling at this time. That way you don't let those things consume you at this time. Okay, engulfed by the fire. Okay, engulfed by the flame at this time. You really want to pay attention. Goodness gracious, I've been on here damn near an hour. What the hell? I ain't got through half of my notes. Okay, whoa. That's how passionate I am. I just love doing this. I already been on here an hour. I didn't even know it. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, hey, You say you dropping them diamonds. I love it. Okay. If y'all like it, I love it. All right. I appreciate y'all so much again. Shout out to the Soul Tribe. Shout out to everybody donating. Shout out to the members. I see y'all in the chat. Okay. And don't forget to get them likes up. Okay. But yes, there will be war. There will be fire. There will be conflicts. And I'm getting this message of Nuketown. I don't, shout out to B Dale. I was watching his video yesterday, and he was talking about certain wars, and he was talking about certain things, and somebody in the comments said Nuketown. And if you know, I'm a big gamer, and one of my favorite games is Call of Duty, right? I even have a video on here with me doing a 16 kill streak. If you know, you know. Okay, but anyways, back to the point. Nuketown, right? This war, this war, this war. And if you know anything about Nuketown and Call of Duty, if Nuketown is the smallest map on Call of Duty, right? And it's so much fun. Everybody want to play Nuketown because it's just action packed. It's super go, 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 right? It's nowhere to run. It's nowhere to hide. You just dropped in the battlefield and every man for themselves, right? If you on a team, right? 6 versus 6, right? So it's a very small map. And they call it Nuketown because if you're able to get 25 kills in a row, this is on Call of Duty, period, but it's more easier to do it on Nuketown because it's such a small level. All right. If you know, you know, I'm making a point. Okay. So you're able to get 25 kills in a row, you get the nuke, right? So when you drop the nuke, everything it shuts down the game and you win. Okay. So in that Nuketown map, one thing that stood out to me was it's two houses, right? It's two houses. It's, I believe, a bus. Yeah, it's a bus in the middle, and it's like a train in the middle of the map. So with the map, it's two houses, and you're basically like shooting at your neighbors, right? Um, and for me, y'all know I've been talking about this neighbor energy, right? And I say that because of the alignments, which I'm gonna break down in a little bit, but bear with me, I'm going somewhere. Okay. But it's this Nuketown energy. And as we know, they've been dropping bombs on who? Dropping bombs on neighbors, right? Dropping bombs on certain countries and certain people and certain things at this time. So just be very much so aware. And the reason why that popped up is because it was called Nuketown 2025. Somebody in the comments, let me know if I'm right or not. Was it called Nuketown 2025, or was that the revised version afterwards? Because I think it was just Nuketown, and then after they dropped a couple of more Call of Duties, they did Nuketown 2025. Or was it always just Nuke? I'm feeling like it's some Mandela shit going on right now. But for all of my gamers, okay, thank you so much, Underground. They said it used to just be Newtown, then they updated it to Newtown 2025. Yeah, because I know I'm not tripping. And yeah, so that is a thing. It's these bombs, right? Bombs over Baghdad, BOB, right? So being very much so aware at this time of certain wars with neighbors, right? Like I said, I'm picking up on the neighbor energy. There could be certain things with your neighbors at this time. Be very aware, and like I said, alchemize that energy. Be very understanding at this energy, and it always isn't negative energy as well. This could be working with your neighbors, right? Like I said, your neighbors playing certain music, and you like, ooh, yeah, that's a vibe. Okay, your neighbors catching the vibe, and you like it. Okay, so being very much so aware of these wars, because they always want us to be at war with one another, but really we need to be making peace with one another at this time. Okay, I rest my case. All right, so yes, I also picked up on like that three-eye atlas energy. Let me drink some tea. Hold up. Communications coming in strong. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay, so yeah, we got some gamers in here. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the tribe. I appreciate y'all so much. But yes, I also was picking up on three-eye atlas energy. And the reason why I say that is because when three-eye atlas first entered in our atmosphere, getting super close to Earth, when it entered in Mars, when it first got close to Mars, it was Scorpio season, right? Mars is attributed to Aries, right? But Scorpio is also a water sign, right? So we were in this water energy, but it was close to a fire planet war, right? Right now, oh, thank you so much. I don't know how to say your name. I'm gonna say Bull. Thank you so much, Bull, for the Cash App donation. I appreciate that tenfold, sending that back to you. Um, but yes, and see that fire energy, right? Um, when Three-Eye Atlas first came into the atmosphere, it got close to Mars, right? That was in Scorpio season, right? The fire in the water, right? Mars being a fire, attributed to a fire sign. Scorpio is a water sign, right? Now, right here, right now, at this present moment, Three-Eye Atlas, Third Eye Atlas is closest to Jupiter, right? Jupiter is in Cancer, right? Jupiter is attributed to Sagittarius, right? So it's this play on this fire energy right now, and we're in Aries season. So it is this huge initiation with your power, with your desire, with your fire, with this fuel, right? These fumes, these gamma rays, these neutrinos, these particles, these atoms, these us being in a different part of the photon belt in space, right? Whether space is above, space is below, space within, space without. It's something new that we're being opened up to, and we're opening up to ourselves on a different perspective, and we're able to receive all of these different information at this exact moment, right? AKA why there was a lot of storms, right? A lot of ice. That ice is melting, and that water is nourishing the seeds, nourishing the ground, nourishing the roots, nourishing the mycelium, nourishing the foundation, also nourishing us, right? With that lush environment, we are feeling more lush, we are feeling more renewed, we are feeling more restored. Watch out for the pollen. Okay, watch out for them allergies. You might want to eat some honey, right, to get that nectar into your bloodstream, so that way you aren't having such bad allergy attacks and reactions at this time. That's just a thing. Okay, y'all know I'm a herbalist, a holistic healer, so yeah, had to drop that on y'all one time. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of changes within the cellular structure of the earth and within the cellular structure of ourselves. Okay, so yes, and then also that Scorpio and Mars energy, right? That war, that death, that fighting to the death, that death and rebirth energy, also that deep sexual, passionate drive energy, because Scorpio and Scorpio was once attributed, Mars is attributed to Scorpio and to Aries. So it is this play on this fire, on this war, on this power, on this initiation with this occult energy, with yourself, with the ancestors, with your emotions, right? With these waters, right? And that's something that a lot of us are going to be experiencing at this time. And just be mindful, like I said, of the frequencies and the energies, big Kundalini energy. I'm getting more so of your masculine energy, your masculine Kundalini rising, right? Because the Kundalini is two snakes, two dragons, right? That form, right? It's the divine feminine and it's the divine masculine. That divine masculine will be rising and be more assertive at this time, meaning that you will, like I said, feel more aroused, feeling more called to get things done, feeling more aggressive, feeling more irritated. And the best thing to do is to alchemize these energies, like working out, like drawing, like creating, like going for walks, like going outside and grounding, like journaling, a whole lot of different things to alchemize this energy, like having intercourse with partners that you love, or a partner that you love, right? People that you trust. Just really letting this energy flow. Don't don't hold on to this energy, because there will be like a spiritual combustion. That's what I'm getting. Like it's like a volcano erupting, right? There will be volcanoes erupting. Um internally and externally. Okay. Woo. All right. The T kicking in. All right. Also, that root chakra, right? The root chakra being more. charged up, being more amplified at this time. Okay. So be very intentive, paying attention to your root chakra. Thank you so much for the purchase, Gabrielle. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Gabby, for purchasing the tea. Shout out to the Soul Tribe. I love y'all so much. Yeah, that tea is hitting, baby. You see me. I'm getting pulled into a channel right now. Okay. So thank you so much for making a purchase. Um, you're going to really love the tea. I have a few reviews on my tea as well on my website and on my YouTube. People are loving it. And I'm so thankful because it took me 3 years to cultivate those blends and get the right blend. So that way you get the good amount of detox to drink it daily. All right. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to the tribe. I love y'all so much. And I appreciate you so much. Okay. But getting back in tune with the root chakra, right? Getting grounded, getting rooted, being secure with yourself, with your identity, where you stand, not operating from fear, not being in fight or flight, right? Relaxing your nervous system, right? The nervous system is a big thing. Ways to alchemize your nervous system is getting outside and grounding it, right? Because the mycelium network connects with our neurons and our nervous system. It helps relax us and pull out negative energy. Also, if you don't want to put your bare feet in the grass, you could touch trees, hug trees, sit under trees, go to the beach, go by water, listen to water, get in nature, listen to birds, right? A forest bath, walking in nature, just getting out in nature and letting nature be the medicine. Okay, that's the real tea. That's the tea. Okay, because the herbs come from nature. Okay, so yes. Also, the Bay Area, the root chakra of the earth is the root chakra of the earth is Shasta Mountain, right? That is in California. It's closest to the Bay Area. It's 3 hours away from where I'm from. So that's another highlighted area, the Bay, the mountains. Hold on, Spirit. Dang, Spirit is taking me into like 5 different portals right now. Okay. Let me just start off at the Bay. Okay, this is the gold rush happening all over again. Okay. This and I talked about this tribe who's been a loyal supporter and really watching my videos, who watched my 111 video, my fire horse video, when I said the Bay Area. Shout out to the Bay Area. And this, sorry y'all, I gotta give it how it's been given to me. The Bay Area was going to be a big boom. This is why they had the Super Bowl here. There is major energy that comes from this region over here in the West Coast, that Khalifa energy, that fire, that desire, that passion, that root, that go-getter energy. It's very transformative, it's very enlightening, it's very enticing, it's very charismatic. It's all of these different things. And I spoke about this, that this was going to be another gold rush in the Bay Area. Okay. And this isn't just a physical thing with the Olympic gold medalist winning her gold medals, her being from Oakland. What's her name? Alyssa Liu, yeah. Then we have Kaylani winning a Grammy. She's from Oakland. Then we got Ryan Coogler. He's from Oakland, Richmond, Bay Area, right? All gold, and there's many, many more. But like I said, this is the gold rush, the gold rush, the gold rush. Where's the gold rush? The gold rush was here in the Bay, right? California, period. That's going to be a theme, right? They're harnessing the energy. They're doing this for 2 years, right? The Super Bowl was in the Bay this year. Next year, it will be in Los Angeles. So it's this harvesting of this energy. So what you need to be doing is you need to be harvesting and collecting this energy for your best benefit at this time. You are the gold, right? The gold resides within you, within your heart, within your mind, within your soul, right? And so the best thing to do is to deep dive into your passions, deep dive within your desires, and create those things and create a fire and be that trailblazer that you want to see within yourself outwardly at this time. Okay. Yeah. We're about to start tapping in. So y'all got to excuse me. All right. And it's hot. And it's hot. So there it is a gold rush that is happening. And the gold rush is happening within all of you, regardless of where you're at this time. You can tap into this energy by getting in tune with your root chakra and not letting the fear mongering, the survival mode, staying in survival mode, weigh you down and anchor you down, because that breaks you free of this gold energy that resides within you. Gold is, 24K gold is light, is flexible, but it shines with density. It goes back into like some Anunnaki shit too. It fuels up so many different things, right? It charges up our phones, electrical devices, right? People like to wear it, gold in their teeth, right? Also pyramids, capstones being filled with crystal, tombs being filled with gold, right? King Tut, when I told y'all the other day, I kept seeing a pharaoh sitting on the side of me as I was doing the reading. I did some research and it was King Tut, right? So that he was one of the richest, youngest kings at that time in that dynasty. And he was divinely protected. And I say this because when they went to open up his tomb, everybody who was in the room who opened up his tomb died. Right? You're not supposed to be open up my damn tomb. Leave me alone. Stop trying to discover shit that ain't yours, right? So this is being divinely protected, divinely guided in whatever you do, lifetimes for generations at this time. So, and you're going to receive all of your ancestral inheritance from the highest high, from all of the riches, all of the goals, all of the gifts, all of the abundance, all of the love, right, that you were supposed to receive from past lifetimes. You're all going to be getting it this lifetime, okay? Where my bell? You're going to be receiving all of the abundance this lifetime. Okay. I said what I said. We're willing that into existence right now. Okay. So get ready to receive the most abundance you ever had in your entire life due to you putting out this love, due to you putting in the work at this time to receive that karmic bank, that karmic retribution, that ancestral inheritance, right? It's a will with your name written on it in the Akasha. You had to get through certain goals, certain obstacles, certain missions, and baby, you did it. So now it's time to receive. This is going to be the most abundant year of your life. And I say that with so much confidence. I'm confident. I'm confident. And it's not even Leo season, because that's when we're going to be hit with so much overwhelming abundance. Every fire trine, every fire point, Aries is just the beginning, right? It's the beginning of it. When you start to get the gifts, when you start to get the downloads, when you see all of the confirmation, all of the signs, the symbols, the synchronicities, because you broke out of those cycles, right? So now that you broke out of those cycles, spirit's testing you. You're not falling for the bait and switch, right? I know that's my type. I don't want my type. I want God's type. I want a higher aligned type, right? I'm not falling for that, because every time I go for my type, I end up with my heart broke, right? So we're gonna try something new. We're gonna try something different. We're breaking out of these loops, out of these cycles, out of these patterns to create a new pathway for ourselves, to create a new neurological pathway for ourselves. We are reprogramming our minds, reprogramming our spirits, reprogramming our DNA. Come on now. We reprogramming to be in the highest timeline at this time for ourselves, for the bloodline, for the ancestors, for our future generations at this time. And we were receiving so much abundance inherently in our DNA structure, in our cells, within our minds, within our bodies, within our souls, within our spirits, right? It's in our aura, right? She got aura. Right? It's in your pheromones, right? Your pheromones is attracting everything that you want and you need. Why? Because you've been doing the alchemy. Okay. I said what I said. All right. So, yeah, you're calling in all of your hopes, wishes, and desires by the alchemy work that you've been doing for lifetimes. And this is that lifetime where you got it right, where you start to receive more than ever. Okay. All right, you heard it here first. This is going to be the most abundant year, because it wasn't last year. It wasn't the year to eight. The year to eight is about abundance and prosperity. No, it's not. It's about breaking through those loops that's been presented to you, right? The nine, this is the year where you receive abundance. No, it's not. It's about you enlightening yourself. It's about enlightenment to cut off those things that you've been paying attention to that's been brought up in your face. The year to one, this is the year of receiving, embodiment, alignment, to start to receive those things, to bring those things down this lifetime. And it's going to be abundant from here on out, because we get into the two. That's the double up, right? That's the flip. That's the two things coming into you at this time. Then the three, that's the triple, right? Mind, body, soul in alignment, right? I'm jumping into the years, okay? So this is where you broken through all of those past lifetimes so you could pave the way for this new destiny, for this new road, for this new foundation to receive everything it is that you want and you need for the next minimum 14 years. And I'm gonna break that down when I get into the astrological alignments because y'all gonna get this work today. Okay. This is the spring equinox, New Year, Aries season energy reading. Okay. Drop some gems in the chat for your girl. This that energy, y'all. This is what we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for this rebirth. We've been waiting for that spark. You've been waiting for your desires, wondering why you haven't been feeling inspired, wondering why you haven't been feeling as creative as normal. This is where you get your spark back. This is where you get your mojo back. Okay. So, yes, this is where it gets explosive, right? I put explosive. This is where bombs, we already seeing bombs, right? Why is the bombs? Because you the bomb, okay? You the bomb. Things taking off. Thank you so much, Tina, for the Cash App donation. I appreciate you so much. Sending you that love and light right back to you tenfold, all right? This is where you start to receive more abundance than ever because you are the bomb. Thank you so much, Praise 7, for the cash, for the donation on the super chat. I value you so much. Sending you all that love and light right back. Okay. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for showing me gratitude and reciprocating this beautiful energy that we all have here that is available here to us today, right now, for forever and beyond. Okay. So, yes, thank you so much for that. Um, But I said things are going to be explosive, things are going to be fiery, things are going to be erupting. There's going to be unexpected things happening. There's going to be bombs going off. We already, it's already happening. We're already in an energy. We're watching as fireballs come out the sky. They're, what are they? Are they meteors? Are they satellites? Are they entities? Are they UAPs? Are they star family? Right? Yeah, you said Nuketown. Yeah. Well, what is it really? Right? And when they come down, they're making big booms, big bombs, big explosive, right? It's explosive, Dr. Dre. Okay, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, I don't know. Maybe that's a sign, right? Celebrities are going to be a theme, right? We're going to be watching them crash out at this time due to certain things, due to their karma that's old, right? Certain people, that karmic debt needs to be paid. You got, it's time to pay up, right? You can't hide in between the sheets for too much longer, right? All these celebrities real quiet that these Epstein files is out. Yeah, you're going to have to pay what you owe. It's time to pay up. Okay, things gonna get real explosive this summer. Is nobody is excluded from this energy, and there's gonna be a lot of masculine and son, a lot of father son masculine energy that is getting exposed. Okay, that's what I'm getting, and a lot of feminine women who operate in that divine masculine energy being exposed. That's something that I'm picking up on. All right, people becoming more domicile, right? We seeing that with with Meg The Stallion. We're seeing that with Cardi B, right? They very aggressive, very, it's some, oh yeah, all that gets shut down when a divine masculine comes into your life, right? That masculine energy get real quiet in the divine feminine because she can rest in her divine feminine now. She doesn't have to be so masculine, right? This is why we see Meg The Stallion whipping it up for the whole family, right? We don't see her bent over twerking no more like that, right? Because she's in her divine feminine energy. So we're going to see a lot of that energy coming into play because of the rise of divine masculine at this time as well. All right. So shout, like I said, shout out to all the divine masculines. I love you. If nobody said it, I love you. Okay. I appreciate you. All right. Okay. Things are going to get explosive. It's going to be very hot weather. Okay. What did I say? What can I pop my shit one time? What did your girl say? We was getting ready to experience a what? I said it's gonna be the hottest what? We're gonna get a taste of what in Aries season? We get a taste of summer. I said it's gonna be in the 111s. There's world records being broken with the heat all on the western hemisphere of the United States due to this heat, due to this final purge, if you will, at this time to initiate this sun activation, to initiate your heart, to initiate your crown at this time. Okay. Shout out to Grandmaster Bay. Appreciate you, bro. Love you so much. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to y'all. I see the chat movie. Y'all know I'm going in right now. I'm in the channel. Okay. I'm gonna tap in with y'all in a second. But it's hot. It's hot. And not only are things hot in temperature, right? This is where things get spicy, right? It's a little spicy, right? We're gonna see a lot of things, like I said, the tea, right? A lot of tea is going to be coming out. A lot of things are going to be getting exposed during this season. So pay attention, right? Just sit back and observe. Don't get caught up in no crossfire, right? Don't be jumping into other people's business. Mind the business that pays you at this time, because you don't want to be guilty by association. Okay. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Grandmaster Bay. DP, guilty by association. Okay. So you want to sit back, just observe, and mind the business that pays you. Okay. Get into your own investment of your own energy at this time. Okay. I said 111. Okay, can y'all drop the 111s in the chat for me one time? It's going to be everything in divine alignment if you've been getting in tune with yourself, if you've been valuing yourself, if you've been making those right investments with yourself, right investments with certain things at this time. You're going to see a lot of things in divine alignment. Okay, that 111. Also, like I said, degrees is going to be hot. Die line is going to be hot. Everything is going to be like 111, right? We're going to see weather anomalies, different weather anomalies we've never seen before due to this energy, due to this heat wave. But I broke that down yesterday. It's not really no heat wave. It's the sun. The sun is amping up and ramping up, okay? Because this is the purge. It has to be purged. It has to be cleansed. You cannot pass go and collect 200 if you ain't done the work. If you ain't done the work, ran around the block, right? On some Monopoly stuff. Yeah, you got to go around the whole thing, complete the whole cycle if you want to go and collect 200. Okay. So this is where we're getting in tune with that fiery, hot, spicy energy. It could be a time where spicy foods, really help cleanse out those sinuses, really help purge and detox as well. I know I love a good spice. Okay. I eat ginger every day to wake up that immune system and get those mucus, get that mucus out. All right. So that's another thing, right? Paying attention to spicy food. Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing recall on spicy food. I'm getting like those noodles, right? The hot ass noodles, hot chips, all that artificial shit is gonna have to go. All right, period. So get back in tune with nature's things at this time. Okay. All right. I said this is where the identity of yourself starts to rise. Okay, you get more in tune with your identity of yourself, and you get more comfortable and confident in this newfound identity, this newfound self, upgraded sense of self, regardless if you're integrating old things or surrendering old things. This is you just embodying yourself. Okay. Yeah, Kanye pepper, whatever, right? Tapping into whatever works best for you at this time. Okay. Um, so yeah, rising of royalty, a rising of royalty, a rising of royalty. I know you're like, why she keep saying that? Did y'all not catch the bar? A rising of royalties. Royalties, right? The rising of royalty, the bloodline, right? The rising of the royalty, people who have birthright as royalty, the rising of the royalties, right? If you know anything about music, you better make sure you got royalties in your music, right? So you can receive the money, so your children can inherit that for generations, right? Royalties, right? Then, like I said, I just dropped my tea blend. I named it royalty, right? I was gonna name it either specialty or royalty, but I'm gonna do a specialty for my tapped in tea. That's gonna be what it's called. It's gonna be called specialty. Okay. But I'm trying to make a point here. It's all about you embodying yourself to inherit these ancient gifts, this ancient remembrance, this ancient abundance that is stored within your DNA, stored within your cells at this time. And it all resides within you. Once you remember, then you're able to activate it, reactivate it at this time. Okay. Royalty. Okay. Something special about this time, something special about this one. And I'm speaking about this lifetime. Like I said, it's something special about this lifetime, right? We incarnated at this time for a specific special reason. And that gets more apparent as each day, as each year, as each month goes by, right? Why we've been appointed this mission and nobody else in the family has, right? We the only ones that could get it done. We were the spiritual warriors that wanted to take on this job, and we're doing a damn good job. Like I said, give yourself a round of applause at this time because we getting it done by any means necessary. All right. um I said it's also a full circle moment from something that happened last year. So think back last year around this time. It might have been something that you looked over, it might have been something that you couldn't do, might have been something that you got too busy and couldn't finish, right? This is a time where you have a full circle moment of that and you get fulfillment, right? You have to double back on something. This could even be people doubling back, people coming back, a lot of old relationships, a lot of old friends you haven't seen in a while, right? So it's this double up of this energy, this circle back, this boomerang energy, investments as well, coming back to you at this time. Okay. But I said a full circle moment from last year. This will be the best year yet. And then I said East Wing Gate. Okay. Now, when I was picking up on the East Wing Gate, I was thinking of it from a galactic center type of energy. And the way how Earth is on the axis, the winter solstice is attributed to the South Gate, right? When we go into the spring equinox, that is the East Gate from, depending on what perspective you're looking at it from. So I was picking up on the East Wing in the East Gate, and I'm picking up on like an eagle gate, right? So that also makes me think of like the White House. I don't know if they're doing something with like the East Wing of the White House. I know they said they were doing something with reconstruction with the ballroom, right? But I'm kind of picking up on something with that. This could, I hope not, but that's what I'm picking up on. I'm picking up on like maybe even some type of attack on the East Wing or some type of something in the East Wing of the White House. Okay. But I'm picking up on like mansions, big houses, maybe your house expanding. Okay. Maybe you say, yeah, let me get a East Wing in my house. Okay. So there's some type of growth when it comes to you spreading your wings as well. You really opening up to soar, to fly, an expansion when it comes to receiving things at this time. Okay. So, yes, I said the East Wing Gate, White House Mansion. And I said, all of this pressure made you a diamond. Okay. And I spoke on that earlier. Diamond is attributed to Aries. Diamond is attributed to April's birthstone. So, like I said, all of this pressure that we've been under these past few months, these past 6 months, as we've been in this winter, this fall energy, has really made us a diamond, right? We're getting in tune with all facets of ourselves. We have grown, we have grew, we got the glow up now, and we are shining brighter than ever. We are more confident in ourselves, and we are just we are really just blooming and blossoming into who we truly are versus what we want to be at this time. Okay. I said fuels drive the desire for the vessel. And I also said, peace, y'all. I see y'all. I appreciate y'all. Okay. I love y'all so much. But I said fuel drives the desire for the vessel, and that's that Merkaba energy. I said Merkaba upgrades. So we have been feeling that these past 3 nights. That's why we haven't been able to sleep. That's been the ringing in the ears. That's been the itchy skin. That's been the hives. That's been the throat. Clearing throat chakra for clear communication, from source, from spirit, from ancestors, for self, right? The detoxing, the purging, this all goes into cellular upgrades at this time. The crown tingling, the ear popping, feeling like you're going up or down in elevation, the electrical surges, electrical currents throughout the body, the being woke up in the middle of the night, the not being able to sleep, the feeling super charged up, the feeling really tired, the feeling the bliss. It's 1,001 ascension symptoms that we all have been feeling. This is due to us getting upgrades, our bodies getting upgrades, the DNA being upgraded at this time. Okay. Okay. So yes, for ascension, and I said that because fuel drive the desire for the vessel, right? So like I said, these cosmic rays, these gamma rays, these solar rays, these solar flares, these light codes are coming in and reprogramming our cellular structure, our DNA, and they're upgrading our vessel, right? So this is metaphysical, this is spiritual, and this is physical that we're feeling all of these upgrades right now. Okay. Okay. Also I'm picking up on like chariot energy. Um when I was talking about the Brahmanas yesterday. Okay, so there will be things with like UAPs, UFOs, chariots, unidentified flying objects, objects within the waters, within the seas, right? Inner earth objects going back into that Shasta mountain, that root chakra energy of the earth, the Talos, the Shambhala, the Argata, the Crystal City, these inner earth beings, water, Nomo beings, right? Because it's not always aliens outside. It's ancient ancestors that's been here for eons that lie within the earth, lie within the waters that we're not even able to access. There's going to be a lot of things that are resurfacing at this time due to the heat, right? When things get hot, that warms up the ocean. So these deep depth creatures that lie within the deep bottom of the ocean, they start to rise as well, right? Gold starts to rise from these volcanic eruptions, new crystals, newfound species, a whole lot of new things, everything new, okay, on some new shit. All right. So yes, that's what's going to be happening with these upgrades and these ascensions and these energies that we're feeling at this time. A lot of upgrades, okay. And that upgrade energy makes me think of the sun, right? Because I put Jesus rose in 3 days and went to heaven. Okay, because that's essentially, the Christianity belief when it comes to Easter, right? The Easter, the east wing rising, right? The sun rising from the east, right? Thank you, Spirit. Um, so that's what this energy is about, right? His vessel, her vessel, whether it's Jesus, Isis, right? Whether if it's an energy, Tahuti, Thoth, whatever, right? That energy was rising and rose, right? That Merkaba, that vessel, that body, that vehicle was rising into ascension at this time. And essentially that's what's happening all over this plane of existence. Everything is rising in ascension. Okay. Mind, body, soul, everything in divine alignment. Okay. Um, a lot of goals, right? A lot of gold, right? Like I said, gold body, God body at this time. We're going to really be feeling that with these upgrades and these ascensions. So just be very attentive to how you feel. And like I said, alchemize that energy the best way that you can at this time. Okay. Pay attention to your senses, right? Like I said, your taste buds changing, not feeling hungry, overeating. Like I said, ascension symptoms affect everyone differently. Your senses changing, your smell changing, right? Being able to smell certain things, not being able to smell certain things. Like I said, hearing things, touching things, sensational things, being more empathic, having more empathy, showing more compassion, being able to process things mentally a different way. These all go into the senses, right? Feeling, like I said, more sexually aroused, feeling more not so sexually aroused, right? It could be different for everyone. So be very attentive as to how you feel because you will be more sensitive at this time. And that's just not emotions. That's just not crying, crying over certain things, even though it could be feeling more emotionally sensitive, right? And that could be more happy, crying more tears of joy, or just crying and releasing certain things at this time. So be very attentive to your senses at this time, okay? Okay, another thing that's attributed to this Aries energy is that one, right? And when I get into tarot, one is the magician, right? So knowing your power, having these tools that you've gathered on your journey to be the alchemist, to be the magician, to be the magi, right? And using that power for good at this time. And then also, like I said, it's the fourth month, but it's the first sign. So four, right? The foundation of yourself, getting in tune with that. And four is the emperor. So that is that masculine energy that is embodying your power and getting in tune with your power and knowing your power and having this wisdom from within due to experiences that you have due to experiences that you have had over these past few months. Okay. And when I think of both of those cards, they both have something in their hand, right? Whether it's a wand, whether it's, power, whether it's the thought of power, they're both in this masculine energy, but being flexible, right? Because when I think of the emperor has, I don't know if it's a clock. It's a gold. He has like this gold thing. Some people say it's a world in his hands. Some people say it's a clock in his hands. Some people say it's a spear. He has this golden glow, a golden apple, right? He has something in his hands, but it's golden. He got the gold in his hands, right? And then on the other hand, he has this wand and some depictions. In some depiction, he has an unk, right? So it's being in control of everything when you know who you are, when you get confident in that, and when you take on this initiation of learning knowledge and wisdom, you embody that at this time and you get in tune with your power. Going back into that magician, you get in tune with your power and you're able to will things and manifest things, not out of spite but out of love, out of desire, out of the highest level of fulfillment at this time. Okay. All right. I said there will be a lot of electromagnetic pulses at this time, a lot of electromagnetic energy that a lot of us will be feeling. Like I said, I've been feeling like I've been electrocuted myself. I've been feeling surges of energy pulsating through my body. I've been talking to the tribe. Shout out to everybody who's been booking sessions with me. Everybody is feeling this electrical energy, these electrical surges, this power surge energy. And I've been talking about that too, but talking about the blackouts, right? People in the chat talking about, I've been feeling more charged up than ever. I'm feeling more, I can't sleep, right? That's because we are being amplified at this time with source energy, with divine light codes. And this is where we just alchemize that energy and harness that energy. That way we can make the most out of this energy at this time as well. Okay. Um, Also with electromagnetic pulses, because I think what made me think of that was the emperor, right? First letters EMP, imp, right? So imp, that goes so many different ways. The imp could be a spiritual devourer, right? Someone who's a energetic vampire, someone who a spirit who latches on to a soul and controls them, possesses them, right? An imp, someone who is making people do things from a lower nature. That could be a thing because like I said, you aren't able to tap into alchemizing this energy, so you let the energy use you versus you using the energy, you manipulating the energy and being an alchemist and being a magician and knowing who you are. Okay. And then also that imp, that electromagnetic pulse, this goes into like world events, right? Well, like I said, certain bombs, certain explosives coming in, EMP waves, EMP shocks. That kind of goes back into that whole Call of Duty things because you could do that too. Art of war, right? The art of war, you use certain tactics in war to do EMPs, right? And this will shut off all electricity, all electrical devices, right? Which is something I believe that they already been doing. They've been doing for eons, right? So that could be a theme where we see these blackouts, which we're already seeing. Like I said, I've been talking about this, but it's going to be heightened at this time, right? So electromagnetic pulses, EMP attacks, and electromagnetic pulses within yourself. This goes back into your heart, right? So your heart activating, your higher heart activating, meaning that you will have certain pulses within a heart, right? Because when I think of a pulse, right, that's something that's alive, that's electrical current, right? That's a flow, that's an energy, that's electricity, right? And we are electrical beings. We are conduits of energy. We are able to receive energy. We are able to transmute energy. And that goes back into the heart, right? So you will feel certain heart races, heart palpitations, things within the heart. There will be certain people dropping dead. Okay, I gotta give it how it's coming out to me, because now I'm just becoming a fucking vessel, just a pure channel, right? It's gonna be people dropping dead of heart attacks, cardiac arrest, because they can't withstand the energy. They can't withstand the changes, the frequency, the energy that's pouring in right now. Meanwhile, we've been doing all of this spiritual work, all of this spiritual training for these times. So we're going to be able to alchemize this energy and work with this energy better versus someone who has never, I hate to say this, what spirit is giving me, somebody 600 pounds trying to get up and run and walk or run, right? They can't do it. And they might have a heart attack trying to, because their heart is overworking, right? Versus somebody who's been slowly doing it every day, spiritual training, physical training, their body is able to adjust to this energy, absorb this energy a lot better versus than someone who's never done a workout in a life. And this goes into spiritually, physically, emotionally, all levels. Okay, so be very attentive to this energy right now. Hold on, y'all, because it's like it's coming out. That's how I feel right now. I love it. I love this shit. Drop some gems on me, y'all. I'm going in. I've been cooking for a little bit. Okay, it's just the appetizer. You said breathe. I know. I know. It's the tea, it's the energy. I've been like fasting and detoxing. If you One of my day ones, shout out to Sleuth, shout out to everybody who's been here a while. You know, when I fast and detox, it's like like it is what it is, right? I'm just a pure vessel. And I'll be having to tell spirit, can you please, self, can you please, like you said, just get a breather, right? You said you the realist. Shout out to y'all. I know you said y'all said take your time. That's when we've been out here 2 hours. What you mean take my time? I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Sending y'all all that love and light right back. You said, what's the symbol on your necklace? So I made this necklace myself. I'm also a jeweler. Also have crystals. I'm an herbalist. I'm an astrologer. I'm an oracle. I'm all of these things, right? I'm just me. And this symbol on my necklace is a symbol of the sun. It's also like a Merkaba, right? This is my favorite piece to wear. So it's like the sun, it's a Merkaba, it protects me, it helps ground me. It's a sunstone pendant. Um, and I do have them available on my website. It's actually pinned to the description box. So if you would like to purchase this necklace, it's in the description box for purchase. Okay. But this is like my sun. And like I said, the sun is rising, right? We are rising. And yeah, that's why I wore this necklace today. But thank you so much. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I know. That's why I don't box myself in. You said we are so much more than these titles. Exactly. I am that I am on some Aries energy shit, right? And we are multidimensional, right? So tapping into the multidimensional self that you are and just being creative, right? I do all of these things, but I'm still just me at the end of the day. Okay. And I value y'all for just accepting me. Regardless of what vibration I'm in. Okay, whether I'm tapped in, whether I'm crying, whether I'm laughing, y'all accept me as I am, and that's why I value Soul Tribe. I value y'all so much. So shout out to the Soul Tribe. We're gonna get back in tune with these messages because I'm only halfway through, and we still haven't even looked at the chart, and I still haven't even done channel messages. Okay, so it's a lot we got to get through. I didn't know it was gonna be this long, but baby, we're here. Okay, we made it. Okay, shout out to Sleuth in the chat that he know what's up. And Tweety's back. I want to let you know Tweety was back. Okay. The birds are chirping again. All right. So yes. All right. I said, what was I on, y'all? Electromagnetic pulses. Okay. EMPs, right? Blackouts, right? I've been talking about this blackout energy for a while. I've been talking about energy surges, electrical currents for a while. With us being in this fire horse year, there's going to be a lot of electrical fires too. We might see some PG&E shit. We might see some things, right? We're going to see some things this year, y'all. right? This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. All right. So I put electricity, blackouts, power outages, and electrical fires, wildfires, forest fires. And this is happening within and without. Okay, so like I said, that fire, that desire being innate within you. Also, things happening in the world, right? I just seen what is it? Nebraska. Nebraska's on fire right now. Meanwhile, I think what Hawaii's going through a flood. So we're going to see a lot of different things. We're going to see so many different things happening. Like I said, with the weather, just be mindful, stay ready. So you ain't got to get ready. If that means packing an emergency bag, y'all know I don't do fear mongering over here. We do realist over here. We do enlightenment over here. So if you feel called, if you feeling a little, a little shaky, pack a bag, pack an emergency kit, and just stay ready. Keep it in your car. Keep some gas. That's another thing. These gas prices, yeah, you might want to fill up your tank before it gets summer, and keep some cauldrons of gas somewhere, okay, and just store it somewhere if you can, okay. Yeah, these are some real gen. You want some real life preparing stuff. You might want to prepare right now, okay, and just have it ready so you don't got to get ready. All right. That's the tea for today for that, okay. um but yes, as within so without. Also, I was picking up on this triangle energy a lot, because the fire in the alchemical sign for fire is a triangle, a upward triangle, right? And I kept picking up on triangle, 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 pyramid, right? Three, an alignment, fire energy, masculine energy. Also this golden triangle, right? I was picking up on like the golden triangle in like the eastern country. I believe this is like where India is at. Where did I put for my notes? Like Asia and Thailand. Okay, so it's like a golden triangle that is connected to Thailand and Asia, and it's like India too. So there's going to be something with the golden triangle. Okay, and I don't know what it is, but I just kept picking up on that energy, as well as, like I said, our masculine energy, our fire, our desire really amping up, really ramping up at this time. Okay. um Wow, that's a good one. Renee said, how are the Teslas and electrical cars handling all this heat? Well, that's going to be a thing. That traveling, I've been talking about that as well. Traveling going to be a thing with the gas prices surging. So people are, going to be looking for hybrids or electrical cars. But like I said, if it gets too hot, them lithium batteries can explode, right? So you got to be careful either way. You might have to go back to really riding horses, y'all, right? The year of the fire horse. It might be time to get your ass a real horse, right? Go back to old ancient ancestors. The ancestors always had it right. Okay. Yeah, let me just feed the horse and take care of the horse. And that's gonna get me to where I need to go. Forget all this other stuff. This stuff gonna kill me. It's ridiculous. Damn America. Being in America, the land of the free. No, it's the land of the fee. Everything you gotta pay, it costs a fee. It costs something. Your sanity, your pockets, your land, your freedom. This is some bullshit. Anyways, I said the golden triangle in England. There will be something with England as well. Okay. So be very aware of these different things that are going on overseas. Like I said, it's nothing to worry about. Just really getting in tune and observing at this time. Also with that, passion and emotion, and that aggression, make sure that you are using that to alchemize it into ambition, right? So when it goes back into emotional intelligence, make sure that you are alchemizing that energy and using it for your highest good. You said, what's going on with England? No, these are like predictions. These are predictions, right? So some stuff I say is like the energy, right? I'm breaking down the energy for the whole spring equinox and Aries season. So some things are going to be how we feel, and some things are going to be predictive wise, right? And spring equinox isn't just today, right? If you don't see none of these things today, oh, she bullshit. No, it's spring. So this is right now, starting in March, April, May, June, right? We're going to see some of these things play out. And like I said, certain times I tap into different timelines with different predictions. So it do take time, but you can ask, like I said, my day ones that have been following me, every prediction that I have made has come to pass, right? I made a prediction like 3 days ago that it was going to be we're going to get a taste of summer in April. We're going to get a taste of summer in Aries season. And literally the next day, people were sending me receipts, sending me confirmation like, Diamond, you was right. We're about to get hit with a heat wave. And this was not major news. I ain't heard nobody else talking about it, right? No other oracles. Yeah, let me pop my shit for a minute. I predicted that, and it came. Some things turnaround time less than 24 hours. Some things take more than 24 hours. So you have to bear with me when it comes to prediction. Like I say this all the time. Spirit said miracles take time. So sometimes you got to have patience to see those miracles through. Okay. To see the vision through, sometimes you got to have patience. Okay. So there's going to be some things that happen in other countries as far as Asia, Thailand, the Golden Triangle, and England. So we're going to see some things happen in those areas. Now, it will probably do something with war and fires, right? Because this is Aries energy. We're going to get deep more into Aries energy as I get into the astrological alignments. But right now, I'm just saying what's on my notes, because whenever I don't say what's on my notes and it happened, I be pissed off because I'm like, damn, I wrote it down, but I didn't say it. So now I just say everything, even if it sounds crazy. I know how I do. I just listen to spirit and it'll make sense later. Okay. That's a message. Make sure that you're just listening to your spirit, because it might seem crazy, but it may seem crazy now, but it'll make sense later. Okay. All right. So I also got into that neighbor's energy, right? And with that neighbor's energy, what is neighboring to Aries, Pisces, and Taurus? So, like I said, there's going to be some things that transpire over these next few months due to this energy lingering, right? The spring equinox is just not about Aries. Even though this is the beginning, starts in Aries season, these things linger on. This is the beginning of the new year astrologically. So this is the initiation of things. This is the fresh start of things at this moment. Okay. So I said also in the next 3 months, we're going to see a lot of signs, right? We're going to see big flames start to go up, and we're going to see certain things calm down as we get into the end of spring. Like I'm getting towards like the end of June, where things are going to kind of calm down. So what spirit is giving me is right now the fire is being initiated. There's initiation of the fire. So as we start to keep going on into this spring energy, then we're going to see more things blossom, more things bloom, more things take off, more fire start, more passion, more desire. Towards the end of June, we're going to see a little bit of the calming, right? A little calming of this energy. Then soon as we get into like July, soon as July starts, is going to be another spark, another flame, because that's the initiation of summer. So there's going to be another fire that starts, another fire that sparks, right? And this could be within you. This is metaphysically and physically, spiritually, emotionally, whatever. Take what resonates, but you're going to see these things play out. Okay. So just a warning, a fair warning for y'all, that is going to be waves of this energy. Like I said, this fire trine energy. And I'm going to break that down when we get into the chart in a second. All right, but drop some gems on your girl. Get them likes up, because your girl's cooking. She's giving out the goods on the live. All right. So, yes, I said there's going to be another initiation that happens, and we have to make sure that we are honest with ourselves during these times, and we tapping into being real with ourselves, because this is battle and this balance between spirituality and reality at this time as well, with this neighboring energy. Okay, this is feeling like a child again as well. So being honest, tapping back into your innocence, and making sure that you're operating from compassion and being blunt, but not being rude. Okay. Thank you so much, Pray Seven, for the donation. Thank you so much for that super chat donation. I'm sending you all of that love and light right back. Gratitude, 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 gratitude. Okay. I can't say thank you enough. I value you so much. Thank you. Okay. But I said, tapping into that empathy, tapping into your empath gifts, you're going to really start to feel that, and getting back in tune with your feelings and what things feel like, right? Because right now it feel hot. It is hot. It's hot. Okay. So getting back in tune with the feeling of things, that way you can really sense and get grounded and rooted in these energies as they continue to transpire at this time. Okay. I said that childlike nature really calls you to tap into pure love. There will be, okay, y'all hear the confirmation. That childlike energy really calls you to tap into pure love, new love. This is internally, this is self love, this is other people, these are friends, these are family members, these are things. This is a lover, this is relationships, this is spirit, this is source. This is infinite ways and infinite possibilities that love can manifest. The love of an idea, the love of an investment, the passion for something, right? That those things that you love can turn into abundance in multiple, in many ways, just by you investing in those things. Okay. So look at different ways to view love, right? Love isn't just one way, it's love of all things and all ways at this time. Okay. So, yes, pure love and new love at this time. A new love for something, a new love for self, maybe even a love partner, right? Just being open to those things. Okay. Also, I said warriors for justice, because it's that balance with that Libra energy. And this is our cosmic consciousness being exposed to this new energy that is pouring in. The more we tap into our will power, that I am, that manifestation of those seeds that we planted, those ideas taking form. Okay. Also, farming will be a thing. Awakenings will be a thing. That life force energy, Kundalini's rising. And you said she has always been on point. Okay. Thank you, Lamel. Thank you for my confirmation. Okay. But thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I also said the Andromeda, right? So, like I said, this alien energy, they hate to be called aliens. They not aliens, they ancient ancestors, because they've been here. This they home. That's why they always come back here. Why do aliens keep coming to Earth? Nigga, this they home. That's why they keep coming back, right? It's a million planets in all million galaxies. Why they keep coming here? This they home, right? Ancient ancestors. That's what they like to be called. They do not like to be called aliens. Aliens is something foreign. Aliens is colonizers. Those are the real aliens. You're foreign, right? You can't dwell here. This isn't your home, right? Go home, Roger. It's that energy, okay? Can't withstand the heat in the kitchen. It's time to get out the kitchen, okay? Sidebar. Sorry, y'all. I'm passionate about these ancient ancestors, right? Because though that's my family, that's your family, right? And it's like somebody talking about your grandmama is a damn alien. No, she not. No, she not. She's been here. We've been here, right? They dwell within us. Their blood runs through us. Your ancestors' blood run through your veins. And that's why a lot of us have so much passion, so much fire, so much desire, because we're still carrying out certain missions. We're still carrying the baton from them, right? Certain things that they didn't get to do, that they lived through us, and we get it done for them, right? I'm talking to all of my spiritual warriors right now. There's a mission that you came here to fulfill, and you're fulfilling it. So that's why you get so fired up and you so passionate, like me, when I get to popping my shit about this astrology and about this energy, because I really love this. I'm very passionate about it. I'm very passionate about healing. I'm very passionate about the collective and enlightening people. I'm very passionate about teaching. Okay. I'm very passionate about love. I'm passionate about all this shit. So yeah, it may come off aggressive sometimes, but that's because I really truly love it. I really truly love what I do. Okay. Okay. So yes, and getting back in tune with the ancient ancestors, that's going to be a theme. right? So this Andromeda energy, this Anunnaki energy, this Pleiadian energy, this Syrian energy, this mystical, magical Dogon, Nomo energy, all of this energy is going to be making itself known as they try to usher in this alien agenda, right? AKA them getting the domains for alien.gov on aliens.gov, right? So they're going to try to make this a something outside of you thing, but it's really something inside of you type of thing, okay? Hold on, y'all, because your girl just been running her mouth. My lips a little chapped. Okay, refresher. Okay. So yeah, that's going to be a theme, y'all. That's going to be a theme. They're going to be trying to usher in this alien agenda, some things outside of you, but it's really something inside of you. It's something, it's the mitochondria gene. It's your DNA that they can't really break into. It's that junk DNA, right? That's alien. That's foreign. They don't know what it is, so they just leave it alone, right? But when it get activated and niggas start flying and telekinesis and moving shit and reading niggas' minds and tapping into all of this stuff, whoa, Dwight. Then it's a problem, right? Then they want to experiment, right? Really, we the aliens, okay? Take me to your leader, and not Trump, because that ain't the real one, okay? So yeah, it's a whole lot of things. You may be having contact, you may be having encounters, okay? I know I did last night. I'll get into that another time. Okay. But yeah, you're going to be having certain interfaces with certain ancestors and certain entities and certain things and certain angels and certain angles of light and certain beings and certain insects and octopuses and people, mermaids, Atlanteans, bugs, birds, Thoth, Tahuti, Isis, the Orishas, Muhammad, Allah, Alat, right? Krishna, I seen Krishna, Kali Ma, right? Yeah, say all their names. Say all your ancestors' names. Yeah, they all here. They all present. They're letting themselves be known to you to remind you of who you are. That's why you resonate with them. Okay? Ancient ancestors. I hope I made my point. You said the Zulu. Yeah, come on, the Zulu, right? The John horses, right? The chiefs, the big chiefs. Okay. Shout out Top Cats. Okay. Yeah, all of them. All the Khalifas, the Queen Califia, right? Yeah, all of them. I ran down all of them. Don't y'all beat me up. Okay, drop them in the chat if I forgot them. Okay, yeah, all of that energy. Okay, it's present, very much so present in the ethers right now. I said Klan. I don't even know how to say this man's name, this entity's name, but it's the pyramids in Mexico. Okay. And that is the serpent, right? The serpent energy, the dragon energy of the Americas, right? Of the Aztecs, the Mayans, right? This, when I think about the pyramids, right? It's pyramids here. It's not only just pyramids in Africa, in Kemet, in ancient Kemet. It's pyramids all over the world, honestly, right? So when we tap back into these ancient pyramids here, thank you so much for the Cash App. Thank you. Thank you so much for the Cash App. I appreciate that. Sending you all that love and light right back. Okay. But the pyramids, these pyramids are in divine alignment with the spring equinox, okay? Because when the sun rises on these pyramids, especially the Mexico pyramids, the Ku Klux Klan. I hope, wow, Ku Klux. Y'all gotta forgive me. But y'all know what I'm talking about. It's the dragon serpent deity, the feathered winged serpent deity of Mexico, right? And it's a pyramid there as well. Because didn't that sound crazy? Y'all gotta forgive me, ancestors. Right? And this all that's a whole nother rabbit hole, right? The Ku Klux Klan and KKK, because we was the original ones. Anyways, we're not that. That's another. All right. So yeah, the pyramids in Mexico, the way how they're aligned, right? Our ancestors were so tapped in with astrology that when the sun rises and the sun sets on these pyramids, it looks like a serpent is going into the pyramid. Okay. But it's really the sun, it's an illusion. It's the shadows of the sun and how it's aligned with the pyramid. Okay. Tektu Kalukan or something like that, right? I got to do my research. I got to excuse me too. All right. Because I be coming with so much damn information. It'd be ridiculous to me too. But not only that, also the pyramids in Giza, right? It's when the sun rises, it's on the shoulder of the Sphinx, right? And it sinks into in between both of the pyramids, right? So our ancestors got it right. Our ancestors were aligning these pyramids to the sun and with the stars. That is real astrology. That is real geometry. That's real sacred geometry and sacred supreme mathematics. Okay. The way how these pyramids and certain structures align with the sun and the equinox and certain celestial events and astrological alignments. It's like, we are the gods, right? They were the gods. We are the gods. We are who we think we are. I am that I am, right? They were extremely tapped in and even more highly intelligent than we know they are and that we think they were. Because for them to align certain things without GPS, without technology, they were the technology and they were in direct communication with higher beings, lower beings to have these alignments, to have this information, aka the Dogon and the Nomos. All right. All right now. So yes. Stonehenge too, right? Because the way how Stonehenge looks when it's in alignment with the solstice, the equinox, it's beautiful. It goes through everything perfectly, right? So like seven wonders of the world will be a theme, right? Everybody flying out to certain different places to view certain astrological events, once in a lifetime events. That will be a theme. Okay. I'm also getting like mountains, right? I'm getting like the triangle and the square. Okay, that is also like Anunnaki stuff. That's also angelic beings that come here. That's like their sigil for higher intelligence and opening up your Merkaba to enlighten you with more information at this time. That's going to be a theme as well. Like I said, encounters, disclosures, and exposure. All right. So, wow, I finally finished my notes. I really want to get to this astrological chart and then we'll go into some channel messages. But I appreciate y'all so much for being here with me. Y'all the best. And shout out to the Soul Tribe. Drop some gems in the chat. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And yes, we about to get into we about to get into this chart with 111 likes. Ooh, I love it. I love the synchronicity. That's the thing, y'all. Y'all gonna be seeing a whole lot of synchronicity as well. All right, so let's deep dive into this chart. Do y'all want to see it or do y'all just want me to go in? I'm gonna ask y'all. This is an interactive thing. That's why I wanted to go live. Do y'all want to see the chart with me, or do y'all just want me to just we're just gonna run it down? We running it down. She just tapping in, or y'all gonna tap in with me. It's gonna be a little teacher moment, and we're gonna connect the dots, and we're gonna both. Okay, so y'all just gonna look at the chart with me then, and that's how we gonna do it. All right. So get ready to see this chart. We're gonna break this chart down, and we're gonna have some fun. We're going to have some fun with this breaking down of this Aries energy, the spring equinox energy. And again, thank y'all so much for being here and enjoying this beautiful energy because we're in the midst of this energy right now. Boop, right into a portal. Y'all in the portal with me. Okay, so can y'all see the chart? This is the astrological chart right now. All right. The sun is officially in Aries. Woohoo! Yes, yes, yes. Super excited. And wow, the sun is in Aries. It's going to conjunct Neptune, right? So Neptune is in Aries. Saturn is in Aries. We got Venus in Aries. We got the moon in Aries. Woo! We got Chiron. Wow, y'all, look at all of this stuff in Aries. It's fired up right now. That's why I've been so passionate about this energy. We got Venus in there, we got Saturn in there, we got Neptune, we got the moon, we got Chiron. Okay. And I want to say about 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, we're also going to have Mercury and Mars in Aries. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 planetary bodies, 7 planetary structures in Aries. That's like unheard of, y'all. It's gonna be lit. Okay. So first thing I see, like I said, is most definitely karmic retribution. Okay. Receiving spiritual inheritance and a spiritual initiation. And I say that because Saturn is all about discipline, but Saturn is also about rewards in your career. Okay. And spirituality, right? So receiving spiritual abundance and initiation of the bloodline at this time due to you healing yourself, right? Chiron is the wounded healer. So there's been some things that's been coming up. There might be some things that might come up for you to address if you haven't addressed them as far as healing, right? Your inner child, your inner teen, early adulthood, period, right? And if you have been doing that work, you're going to receive a lot of ancestral inheritance, okay? This is also getting in tune with the mind, the body, the soul, your emotions, right? Because like I said, we just had that new moon in Pisces, but that was just 2 days ago. The moon is in Aries now, right? So it is this mind, body, soul, mind, body, heart coherence, and really getting in tune with the true values and true passions of yourself at this time, because Venus governs passions, desires, money, abundance. Okay. So the more you're able to alchemize all of these different aspects within yourself and find balance, the more you're going to be able to flow throughout this year with your own energy and really get in tune with these victories, right? With this big ass V in this chart. It's a double victory, right? W, V, W, right? So victories and wins at this time are going to be at an all-time high for people who've been doing the work to heal their emotions, right? Have emotional intelligence at this time, heal their mind, heal their soul, heal their body, right? Get in tune with their spiritual beliefs and get in tune with their spiritual alignments and having these activations within the bloodline of their heart and being very mindful of what you consume at this time and having that discipline as well. Okay. This is also like I said, getting into that 14-year cycle, right? So this goes into a 3-year cycle, a 4-year cycle, in a 14-year cycle. And I say that because Saturn moves every 3 years. So there's a huge rebirth of something that happened 3 years ago for you with discipline of yourself, right? So there's going to be a new you emerging this time due to the discipline, due to the healing of these wounds. There's also going to be a newfound love of self, right? This newfound appreciation of yourself, this newfound appreciation of the body, right? Really valuing your body because our feet are able to take us where we need to go. So we need to make sure that our vessels are in tune. That way we're able to go where we need to go, head where we need to head at this time, and we don't get lost along the way. Okay. Um, Getting in tune with your spiritual discipline, right? Getting in tune with your physical discipline. And that's going to really help grant you even more abundance, even more gifts at this time. So we will be having a lot of crown activations, right? A lot of gifts enhanced at this time physically, right? Not only spiritually, but also physically, right? And it is this sense of this love, right? This return of love with Venus here, right? Love of self, love of people, a very deep, passionate love, right? This is like very intimate. This is like soulmates from past lifetimes coming together as well. That's going to be a theme, right? Let me see. Soul tribe as well. I'm seeing that with this here. Um and yeah, that's kind of like what I see for Aries, just having this deep, overwhelming sense of compassion and love of self. Also war, right? One of the biggest wars to date, right? I'm getting like a 14-year war. Okay, I'm picking up on 2020, 2023 when we first went to war with Iran, right? That was, I don't even know how long ago that was. That was way longer than 14 years. But it's like this return of that war energy. Okay. Oh, okay. I get it now. Saturn and Aries. That's Saturn and Aries energy. Okay. So it's this, yeah, it's like this return of this war. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Because Neptune and Saturn haven't been in Aries conjunct in over 300 years. And it makes me think of the movie 300, We Are Sparta, where they never gave up, right? And that's going back into our spiritual beliefs, our spiritual fortitude, how we just never give up. We are just true spiritual warriors and we embody that and we're able to conquer due to our spirits. We have this warrior spirit. It's different when you have slaves fighting a war versus warriors fighting a war. It's different. And that goes back into the 300 movie. Okay. Um, just being consistent, being vigilant, having vitality, having inner strength, right, to conquer and manifest whatever it is that you want on this physical plane, right? Also, yeah, there's going to be a lot of abundance, a lot of spiritual abundance, a lot of unexpected spiritual abundance, a lot of unexpected physical abundance due to this trining Jupiter, right? So Jupiter is in Cancer and it's trining oh no, it's squaring uh the sun, okay? But not all squares are bad. Like I said, if you've been doing the work, that goes back to what I said, right? If you've been doing the work, you're going to receive a lot of abundance. Versus if you haven't been doing the internal work, you're just going to be getting triggered. You're going to be getting tested. You're going to be not being able to alchemize it. It's going to be a whole lot of trials and tribulations that just keep on happening, and you're not going to have no explanation or not taking accountability for them. You're just going to think the world's out to get you versus really holding yourself accountable and alchemizing those things and healing those things at this time. This is going to be the time of self revelations and revealing for growth. Okay. Um, and also, like I said, a lot of abundance because this is trining Pisces, right? This blue line is trining Pisces. So Jupiter is trining Mercury, Mars in the North Node, meaning there will be a lot of spiritual communication for that initiation within your subconscious mind, within your dreams, right? So these why our dreams have been so lit. Also, not being able to sleep, right? We're getting woke up out of our sleep, trying to figure out what's going on. Like I said, initiation, having this fire, having this desire, a lot of spiritual communication. Your spirit has been trying to communicate something with you at this time. Be sure to heed the message, okay? So that way you can expand and grow the way how your soul wants to expand and grow at this time. And like I said, it's going to be a lot of unexpected growth, a lot of unexpected abundance due to Uranus being in Taurus. And Uranus is going to go into Gemini very soon. So there's going to continually be shifts within the way how you think, within the way how you value things, the way how you see people, shifts within how you receive money, shift within how you spend money. Okay, shifts within currency, shift within the technology, shift within crypto, shift within the AI, right? So this is all happening due to Mercury sextiling Uranus, and Uranus sextiling Jupiter. So this is like that great expansion of your consciousness due to what you value at this time. Okay. Um, excuse me. Sorry, y'all. Also, like I said, a huge fire trine because we have Lilith in Sagittarius, and Lilith is all about that hidden moon, right? They call this the black moon, the dark goddess, right? The dark mother. Um, Things that you may be shameful of or hiding, things that may have been hidden, those being revealed to you, especially when it comes to spirit, when it comes to hierarchy, when it comes to religion, when it comes to belief, when it comes to occult things. All those things are going to continue to be exposed, especially at this time, due to these alignments, due to how this is trining all of Aries, right? So there's going to be hidden things about yourself, hidden things within your subconscious mind, hidden things within the media, hidden things within the government, hidden things within the family, deep things that are getting exposed at this time to be purged at this time. Okay. Also, you, like I said, if you've been doing the work, there's going to be a sense of alchemy. There's going to be a sense of your powers being initiated at this time, whether that is taking your sense of freedom back, getting back in tune with sovereignty, getting back in tune with occult things, studying things, researching things, writing your own books. A lot of different things come from this alignment alone, but then when it's trying with this, is more of a soul connection. It's more of us focusing on these things, not running from these things. Okay. And that's kind of like what I'm getting with the chart so far. I mean, Pluto is in Aquarius. Pluto's going to be in Aquarius for the next 20 years. So we're going to continue to see generational shifts at this time. Like that, it ain't no changing that, right? Generational shifts within ourselves, how we think, the collective, technology, um, death to the old, and a birth of the new. And we're really going to start to feel this even more due to this fire, right? Fire and air. Thank you so much for the order, Corey. Appreciate you for getting the tea. I love y'all so much. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Okay. So this is going to be an expansion on the consciousness due to certain changes within the collective at this time. Okay. So this is an expansion on the collective consciousness, that great awakening, that golden age of Aquarius energy being ushered in at this time with that fire and air. Because when air hits a fire, depending on how much air hits the fire, it can inflame it or it can put it out. Okay. So being very mindful of that at this time as well. Okay. And yeah, this energy is, like I said, is going to be very intense due to all this pile up of these energies. And like I said, be mindful of neighbors, be mindful of energies to the left of you, to the right of you, your masculine, your feminine, and make sure that you are grounded and rooted in your authentic self. That way you can continue to maneuver through this energy so you can receive the victories of war, right? Receive the victories after a battle, receive the victories after judgment, right? Because it's justice, it's judgment, and then it's victory, right? And after the victory is wins, it's rewards, okay? And it's kind of really like this double up energy that I'm seeing with this V here. And then it's another V, right? And two V's. I always say this. I don't know why they call it the W when the W looks like double V's, right? And the V comes before a W, right? Y'all know I be drop some gems in the chat because your girl, your girl be going in. But this to me looks like a double win, right? A double win for the collective, a double win for those who've been putting in the work. And you're going to see a double up, right? Also a double up of the energy, right? Things speeding up. Like I said, we are already about to be in April. That's crazy work, right? Where did these 4 months just go? So is this double up of energy as we start to get into this fire horse year, things really taking off and things really speeding up. So make sure that you hold on, because this is going to be the best ride of your life. I'm telling you, especially if you've done the work already. It's nothing to worry about. All right. So, yes, I feel like that's the chart. South Node in Virgo, that's really about getting in tune with the shadows of your mind, help healing your mind, right? Subconsciously, consciously. Because health isn't just about what you're eating, it's not just about food. Health is mental health, health is spiritual health. Making sure you're not caught up in no psychosis, no delusions, no illusions. We breaking through certain old patterns and old structures to revitalize ourselves. Okay, healing your masculine, healing your feminine, healing yourself, okay? Helping heal others by you being an example at this time, and just continuing to blossom and bloom. There's a huge gateway that is activated at this time by us being the example by action, leading by action at this time as well, okay? All right, y'all. So that is the breakdown on that chart. Um, I'm going to tap into some channel messages. Thank y'all so much again. Don't forget to like. I'm going to read what y'all said so much real quick. I'm sorry. I don't know, y'all. I'm like, it's this energy, okay? I'm feeling good though. Yep, spoils of our war. Yes, keep expanding, keep seeking, don't limit the children. Absolutely. Appreciate you. I appreciate y'all. Every part is my favorite part. Okay, I heard that. I love it. All right, y'all. So let's get in tune with these channel messages. I've been getting pulled in and out this whole entire time. Okay. Um, I'm just gonna say this real quick before I go in. You said I love you, Diamond. I love you too. I appreciate y'all. Okay, sending y'all all that love and light. Okay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. There's gonna be huge activations within the DNA, within your ancestors, within the grid. Okay. I had a dream that it was ants everywhere. And ants to take me back to the ant people, and to take me back to Argatha, to take me back to inner earth, because ants dwell within the earth. They make caverns. They're some of the most organized specimens and insects on this planet, and they're able to always work together, right? So it is this ancient remembering. When I think of ants, ant, right? Antennas, right? Our telecommunications. I'm already in the channel. This is like telecommunications with ourselves, our ancestors, our past selves, our future selves, things, insects, bees, flowers, the earth, everything. So be very much so aware of the communication that you're receiving right now. Be sure to write everything down, because all your dreams are speaking to you from your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is revealing things to you at all times. So be very much so aware of these energies that are percolating in the ethers. And it's releasing a lot of our old fears and a lot of our old traumas because of the alchemy work that we have done within our brain. We have hemi-synced the brain. And so now we're in divine alignment to receive true source code and true source communication at this time. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Source. Thank you so much, ancestors, benevolent beings, entities that work with me. I ask that you make this message very clear. The first message is about grounding, breathing, pacing yourself, finding serenity, finding serenity in the midst of an insane asylum, finding serenity in the midst of solitude. A lot of us are still coming up out of this sacred solitude energy. And spirit is really applauding us for finding peace within ourselves and not going to external coping mechanisms like a baby. That really signifies your growth within yourself, spiritual maturity, physical maturity, and how much you have grown on your journey We applaud you. This is a celebration of new life, new thought, new love, peace within your own mind, your own heart, your own body. We can't get caught up in this realm of consumption where things can easily consume you by what you're consuming. So be very mindful of things that you're watching at this time. Silence will be golden. To hear your inner technology, to hear your inner voice, to hear your heart. Your heart may be speaking to you. If you're too distracted, you won't hear the call. You'll miss the call. I'm seeing a star. I'm seeing a star, but it's like our bodies. Star body. Okay. Like I'm getting like light body, star body, rainbow body activations. This comes by the way of healing, purging, alchemizing energy, alchemizing everything to raise your vibration, to be one with yourself, to be one with source, to reside in that angelic frequency of bliss, and to hold on to that bliss, that love, that joy at this time that brings in prosperity, wealth, abundance of all kinds, because abundance is not just money, an abundance of love, of compassion, of people that understand you, overstand you, understand. Okay. I'm seeing something. Give me a second, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here with me. I love y'all so much. Okay. Yeah, this is about love, giving gratitude, showing appreciation for the small things, because that ushers in the way for the big things. And there are big things coming in. Whoa. Um, I just seen like a big pathway open up, and it was like this big package that like came in. Okay. I'm getting like cargo, precious cargo coming in for us to receive messages, gifts, uploads. We are also the precious cargo because our vessels have to hold this information. That was so trippy because I like seen spirit come in, and it like shoved the box in my hand. That was trippy. Wow. Okay. I'm seeing like a mothership, like a UFO. It kind of looks like a sombrero. Okay. More information is going to be pouring in to illuminate our crowns. That's what all of this electrifying energy is. That spark of electricity to charge us up, to remember who we are, what we came here for. Past life regressions will be installated to for you to remember, whoa, for you to remember the full capacity of who you are. My heart chakra just went off. Feel like a huge palpitation. Higher heart chakras will be activated. This goes back into my initial message. This is just a lot of confirmation. We're going to be receiving a lot of confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. I'm hearing I got nothing but love for you, baby. Okay. It's going to be a lot of love coming in from source, from ancestors, from people that resonate with you, that resonate with your heart. You're attracting people with your heart, not with your looks, not with your charisma, not what you can do, with the values of your heart. That's what people resonate with. The authenticity of your heart, the parity, I can't even say the word. How transparent you are, how vulnerable you are, how real you are, and not keeping it real just to be rude. Keeping it real because you're being your authentic self. How diverse you are, your unique self. By you loving all facets of yourself, that calls in people to love you just the way you are, because they resonate with all facets of you, because those facets reside within them. Like minds attract like minds. Realize, realize, realize. Okay. Wow. That is the message for this beautiful spring equinox Aries energy. Y'all, this energy feels so good. I advise everyone to meditate, to ground yourself, to breathe, to get out in nature and just bask in this beautiful divine love. This beautiful divine bliss is here for everyone. It's here for all of us. It's in you already. We are just remembering that it's inside, not outside. Okay, you guys? So I love you guys so much. I thank you guys so much for being here with me. Shout out to the Soul Tribe. Okay. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification so you know when I go live, when I drop videos, all that good stuff. If it's anything you may be looking for, it's down in the description box. If you like any products, any services, any crystals, book any sessions, any of my tea, my recipe book, all of that is in my description box below my website, nudiamonds.net. Okay. Have any questions, you can email me. If you would like to send me physical gifts or books or anything that you may have that you would like to share, I have my P.O. box in my bio on my YouTube. Okay, because it's about the collective. I'm not afraid to share. I'm always sharing. I'm always giving. I'm always thankful and grateful. And that's a message too. Share y'all gifts. Don't be afraid to share your gifts. Don't be afraid to speak your piece. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. You free yourself every time you do. Okay? I love y'all so much. I truly and really mean that when I say that. All right. So yes, again, I catch you on the next one. Peace, wholeness, love, and light. Until next time, y'all.